I'm not saying Mayo's going to be Missoula because Lord knows he doesn't have the talent that Missoula inherited. Yeah. I get it. But I'm just making the comparison of I don't think he should have all this weight on him. And Lord knows when Missoula took over, Brad Stevens and others were holding his hand. He had Sam Cassell. He had some of the best assistants in the league. You got to help. You got to put people in position to be successful. And I don't think it's fair, just me, even though he's a head coach. I don't think it's fair to say, well, I mean, it's got to be on someone. Drake Maye, it's on you. No, it should be collaborative because none of them know what the hell they're doing. Elliott Wolf, I mean, my God, you want to talk about pressure. Look at his family tree, bro. You don't think that's right? He's got to deliver, George. All these guys need to deliver. The pressure should be on all of them.
It should be collaborative.
Yes.
He talks to Alex Van Pelt, and he talks to Scott Peters and the coaches, and he goes to Elliott Wolf.
That's all I'm saying.
And he thinks about it. But it is his final say. It should be his call. It shouldn't be up for vote. Because as a head coach, when you are elevated to that position, you are the CEO, you are the president, you are the face of a franchise outside of your top players.
Right.
That is your call. You take all the opinions, you write it down, however you have your process of making a decision, you go through the risks and the rewards. And you go, his footwork is here, his play calling is here, his demand in the huddle, all the progress is here. The offensive line is here, the play catchers are here.
Yep.
But as the head coach, you are managing a locker room, you're managing a roster,
and
you have that belief, and you have to go out and you go have to win games. It is his decision.
Yeah.
You're the head coach. It falls on you. I won't hear it if he goes, well, it's up to Elliott, and Elliott felt he wasn't right. No, Gerard, you are the head coach. I understand final say with personnel and roster decisions. That goes to the GM. That makes sense.
Right.
But when guys are ready, you're the head coach. You're the one that played, like you said.
Yeah.
You have been out there. You have won Super Bowls.
He has.
Right?
Yeah.
You make the decision because you watch and go, that guy will help us win football games.
Right.
And can he work with the shoddy offensive line that we have right now?
I got to tell you, all this drama, George, if this kid Drake can play, it all goes away. I'm telling you. We've seen it in this league. George, the Texans were the laughing stock of the league. CJ Stroud can play.
And right now, the Panthers will be the laughing stock of the league if Bryce Young continues how he is and CJ continues how he is.
Good point.
I want to get into the Alex Van Pelt quotes that stuck out to me. He was asked, a lot about Drake Maye and decision-making. And he was also asked about his past experience helping out. And he goes, experience is vital. This is Alex Van Pelt, offensive coordinator for the Patriots. Experience is vital. I've been doing this for a long time. Seen a lot of issues and problems. Solved a lot of those as well. It gives you a foundation. It definitely pays off as a coach. Why is he bringing up issues and problems? Because that's what he saw with Drake Maye's footwork.
Right.
That's what he saw with his progressions. That's what he saw with his throwing motion. And he's fixed it. Like, credit to him, Drake Maye has made a huge leap.
Yeah.
Then he goes into, there's certain things we can do with Drake we wouldn't do with Jacoby. So there's that element. Our system is our system, and he fits it as well as Jacoby. But what is holding Drake Maye back from the first-team offense? Jacoby. Right now, he's our starting quarterback. Then he was asked, is there a chance to be a week one starter? I'm sure there's a chance, but there's still a process on how you bring a rookie quarterback along.
Oh, God.
The last quote I just said in the first quote. I've been doing this for a long time, seen a lot of issues and problems, and I'll combine it with this one. There's still a process on how you bring a rookie quarterback along. Issues and problems don't only coincide in his quarterback room.
Right.
It's his offensive line as well.
Yeah.
But Alex Van Pelt is saying, I still see problems, and it is a long play, and he's telling us, trust the process. Because he was asked, what is the plan? And get into specifics. And he said, I'll bring him along. Certain things in this offense, Jacoby having played in this, understands certain tools to get you out of certain situations that Drake is still learning. Being a quarterback in the NFL is not only throwing touchdowns and having a bazooka arm, because Drake Maye has that and can do that. But it's how you keep the offense alive, play to play, drive to drive, and keep it with positive gains down the field. Game managing, but also winning football games. So he needs to see more from a guy that came from UNC and everything they've told us in a new state, new system in the NFL. They're taking their time. It's this offensive line, though. That's what it is.
And receivers.
But you hear from Alex Van Pelt where he is saying, I've seen a lot of issues. I've seen a lot of problems. I've fixed them. And then he talks about, there's a process how you bring a rookie quarterback along.
Right.
Between him and Ben McAdoo, they've been in the league for a long time. I have my opinions on Ben McAdoo. I defer to Alex Van Pelt at this point. That is what he's deferring to, his expertise and his experience on when Drake Maye will start. And it doesn't sound like it'll be week one. He was asked about the chance. He said, I'm sure there's a chance, but it's a process how you bring a rookie quarterback along.
That quote to me is the BS of all of it. the process of bringing a rookie quarterback along?
There is.
Please. Listen.
And part of that process is process of rebuilding a team.
Yes.
The process of a rookie quarterback is a process of your offensive line.
Yes. Okay. We agree there. Because I'm looking around, and let's look at several cities here, all big markets: Washington, Chicago, Denver. What's that process?
Commanders revamped their offensive line this offseason.
Right. I'm saying, but the process of bringing a rookie quarterback along is not all about Drake Maye and footwork, and we see things we got to improve. No, it's what you're saying. You got to protect the kid. You got to have something for the kid to throw to. That's a big part of it. That's what I mean. I feel like the Patriots talk in circles with a lot of this stuff, even the stuff we just talked about with Judon Mayo. It's like, just tell us what it is. They're transparent when they want to be, but then when it comes down to brass tacks, they get all political on you, and they don't say anything, and they talk in circles. This is one of them. Well, it's a process of bringing a rookie quarterback along. We saw some things we needed to work on with Drake Maye, and Jacoby's playing so great. Please, lie. I mean, Drake's done everything you asked him to do. We can see it. We see that he's improved. We see he's getting better. I think he's going to ball out in this last preseason game. I just told you that off the top. It's the offensive line that you keep saying. It's the receivers that clearly we can all see are not up to par. Those are the things. Tell us that, because we could see that and we know that to be true. But when you start giving me, the lip service of, well, it's a process to bring a rookie quarterback along. There's so many things we have to change, and Jacoby's just playing so great. No, he's not, bro. Stevie Wonder can see that. No, he's not. Drake Maye will, in my estimation, be ready on week 1. If they don't go to him, it's because of the ancillary pieces, not because of what Drake Maye can or can't do.
It's a matter of him consistently running the system and playing winning football play to play and being an NFL quarterback.
Sure.
And Jacoby is. And yes, it's part of it. They have to protect Drake Maye from himself and protect him from this offensive line. He was asked about it. He said, yeah, it's part of it. The offensive line plays a factor. And he's asked his concern level with the offensive line. And Alex Van Pelt said, it's a work in progress. We see certain lineups, guys switch sides. I'm trying to find the best 5 guys that work together as a unit. Hopefully this game, talking about the last preseason game, will solidify that for us. Well, you're not, because you have a shoddy offensive line where Chuks Okorafor is back at left tackle and you have a rookie at right guard. So again, Travis, until they see an offensive line unit they like in a group of 5,
right,
and it's on the road at the Bengals, at Cincinnati, home against the Seahawks, at the Jets, at San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's an extension of the preseason. Until that offensive line is figured out, they can't actually look at Drake Maye and go, we're going to put you in the game, because they have to protect him.
Yeah.
He is the franchise. That's the spot it comes with. Most important position in all of sports. It is quarterback. And you bring up guys. CJ Stroud, they got it right. His offensive line was banged up.
Yeah.
But they were good at points. And look at the receivers he had. Obviously, much better than what they have in New England.
Absolutely.
There's so much more that goes into it. But Alex Van Pelt talking about and pointing out, I've seen a lot of issues and problems. It pays off as a coach. He gives me a foundation. He sees issues and problems with the quarterback he brought in.
Right.
But has brought along on his footwork, but also with the offensive line that's in front of that quarterback.
Yes. That's the key. I like I said, I told you from the beginning, I've never pushed back on the O-line. And even to a certain extent, even though I believe a really good quarterback, high-end quarterback, can overcome shortcomings at wide receiver, I will also say in the same breath, you're not doing Drake Maye any favors with these weapons that you have here in New England.
All right, let's go through quick. I'll go through my 53-man roster. We'll speed through this so we could get to that Mount Rushmore.
Got it.
It's going to be 3 quarterbacks: Jacoby Brissett, Drake Maye, Joe Milton. Bailey Zappe will either be cut or he'll be traded.
Agree, check.
Running back room, Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson. I think JaMychal Hasty gets the nod over Kevin Harris. He just shows more plus in the passing game.
Yeah.
I think this preseason he's shown more than Kevin Harris.
Agree.
Wide receivers, Pop Douglas, Jalen Polk, KJ Osborne, Tyquan Thornton, surprising enough, Jalen Reagor, and then Javon Baker. Kendrick Bourne will start the season on the pup. I think when he comes back, you take away Tyquan Thornton.
Yes.
Jalen Reagor brings that plus in the return game. Keyshawn Boutte, I think he's done.
Yep.
Tight ends,
Agreed.
Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, Jaheim Bell. Maybe Will Cox starts it on a pup. Offensive line, I'll go with Cole Strain starting on the pup. You cut Antonio Mafi because he hasn't been good at center.
Right.
And he's a past regimes guy.
Yep.
Tyron Wheatley, Charles Turner, Zuri Henry gone.
Yep.
But it'll be Chooks, Onwenu, So, Andrews, Lowe, Robinson, Wallace, Anderson, Leverett, Michael Jordan.
Not very good, but I agree.
25 players on offense. Defensive line, Devon Godshaw, Dietrich Wise, Ukuali, Armon Watts, Jeremiah Farms and Sam Roberts. Christian Barmore is on the pup.
Yeah.
Edge, Keon White, Zimenez, Uche Jennings, and I think John Morgan, but that's just because they don't have anybody else. Maybe they cut John Morgan and pick someone else up from other teams. So I can see that happening.
Yeah, I could.
Linebacker, Bentley, Tavai McMillan, Giles Harris. That's no surprise.
Yep.
Cornerback, Gonzalez, Jonathan Jones, Marcus Jones, Marco Wilson, Alex Austin, Sean Wade.
Yep.
I think Isaiah Bolden, outside looking in, and I think Marcellus Dial, maybe practice squad. He's a special teams player. He was a 6th-round pick.
Yep.
Safety, Duggar, Peppers, Jalen Hawkins. Jalen Hawkins has been great. Marte Mapu on the pup. And then he could be brought in and be an add at linebacker as well. Finally, you'll like this. I think Joey Slye gets a nod over Chad Ryland as a kicker.
Bro.
Bryce Behringer's been nails. Joe Cardona, Brendan Schooler. This is a roster that no longer has like 4 special teams guys. It's just Brendan Schooler.
Yeah, I agree. I like Slye. I covered Slye in Washington.
He's been better. I mean, all through camp, his percentage is better.
Yeah.
And Chad Ryland's just inconsistent. You need something at kicker. The one reason you keep Chad Ryland, he gives you a better chance at losing games than Joey Slye does, and you want a good playoff spot.
What's the strongest position group out of all these? I mean, we just went down the roster, right? I think corner or maybe safety. Secondary. Let's just call it secondary.
Duggar, Peppers, Jalen Hawkins. I go safety.
We agree.
If they had Judon, it would be edge over that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just...
I think the secondary's good, George. Corners and safety combo platter looks pretty good. But are you going to be able to generate a pass rush? Because guess what? I mean, it doesn't matter how good your cover people are. If you're not generating a pass rush in this league...
Yeah. You know what, though? DeMarcus Covington, his defense will see a lot of blitzing. So it's not going to be a lot of wins with a 3 or 4 man pass rush.
Right.
It'll be bringing the heat.
Schematically.
Hand is forced without Judon and Barmore being there.
Right.
But also that's what DeMarcus Covington brings into his game.
Right.